March 2023 had a lot of new movie releases, so I'm going to rank the ones that I saw from worst to best. But real quick before we get into this list, I just want to mention that Children of the Corn and 65 will not be on this list, not because I didn't want to see them, but because I didn't get a chance to. Also, again, this list is just the new releases. This won't include all the other movies that I watched and reviewed over here. Now let's get into it, shall we? Starting off with easily the worst movie of last month, I'm going with Shazam 2: Fury of the Gods. To the people who liked this movie, good for you. I'm really happy for you. But unfortunately, all I saw was garbage CGI, dog shit acting, and a story that seemed like it was written by a fucking 5-year-old. Coming in at number 5, I'm putting Scream 6. Before watching this movie, I never really thought too much about the Scream franchise and how much I actually don't like it, but after seeing this movie, it really opened my eyes to how much I don't like the Scream franchise and how much I truly believe that they should have stopped after the first one. The first one wasn't too bad, that's a classic, but the rest of these should have never happened. Up next at number 4, I'm putting Creed 3. This movie is nothing but a disrespectful disgrace to the Rocky franchise, and if you want to know why I say that, go to my page, you can find my full review on this movie. But all I'm going to say about it in this video is that out of 9 Rocky movies, only one of them is bad. And it's this fucking piece of shit movie. Moving on. Up next at number 3, I'm going to put John Wick 4. This movie follows that same John Wick pattern from the last few movies, where with every passing movie, the action gets better and better and better, but the story gets worse and worse and worse. On one hand, you got the action in this movie that's easily the best in the franchise. Then on the other hand, you got the most boring and who gives a shit type of story. Come on now. You gotta find balance, John Wick. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I think I still rated it a 7.5 out of 10, but the only reason it lost points was because the story is a little bit fucking boring. It was way better when it was just a simple revenge story about you killed my dog, I'm gonna kill you. Boom. Beautiful. Cinematic masterpiece. Now it's just a fucking mess. Up next in that number 2 spot, I'm gonna put Cocaine Bear. I realize this movie came out in late February, but I'm including it in March's new releases because I didn't get a chance to watch it until a week ago. But holy shit, if you haven't seen this movie, then I highly recommend you see it. You can rent it for $20 on Amazon Prime, or I think it's still in theaters. And last but not least, at that number 1 spot, we're going with Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. If this movie came out last year, I would tell you that this is the best movie of 2022. We're only a quarter of the way through 2023, and I'm already telling you this is probably this year's best movie. The world building, the acting, the visuals, the dialogue, everything in this movie was perfect. I rated it a 10 out of 10. Straight up, I would pay another $50 for tickets and snacks to see this in theaters again because it's just that good. And I'm not even a D&D fan, so if you're into that kind of thing, you'll probably find this movie fantastic. And that is all, but let me know how you would rank these movies in the comments.